exciting morning as we're celebrating Friday, but also an exciting morning as we're celebrating our leaders and our mentors. Now, he's in studio. We've seen him the whole morning. Khaya Dlanga, a lead mentor of the reality TV series Future Leaders on SABC 1. And every Tuesday you can see them in action, how they are grooming future mentors and also making sure that our teenagers are safe from alcohol abuse, and also creating a community of active and role models that are aware. Khaya, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you.
Now, earlier I learned you like your tea, leigh-anne. You like chicken wings. But on a more serious note, the show, Future Leaders, what is it about?
It's really about getting young people who have started, underage drinking, to kind of get them to stop doing that and get them to contribute meaningfully to their communities. So that's really what the show is about. And I was asked to be a mentor, and to mentor, they are the people who will be mentoring them.
Right,
so that's what I do.
I look at the show and I'm thinking, you know, within yourself, you've had your own personal highlights. We've watched you grow on social media before people even understood what Twitter and all these other things were about. For you as a young contestant yourself, you know, what is it to be a leader?
I think to be a leader is to contribute meaningfully to society. That's what, it's to be useful to society. I think that's what being a leader is.
The show itself, what have been the highlights for you working on Future Leaders?
You know, it's really been seeing these young people who a lot of people might have given up on, and actually see that they have a lot to give back to the communities they come back from. So that has been like a huge highlight for me. And one of the things that I noticed, I observed from these kids, was that a lot of them, in fact, all the kids, their stories, the consistent pattern was absent fathers, and how that actually really affected their lives, how they became who they became, and their absence, the father's absence, is so present and in such a negative way. And for me, that is the one thing that I really noticed, and it's really made me feel quite passionate, I think, about fatherhood as a result.
I look at what you've achieved as a young leader yourself, and I'm thinking you're a person of influence on so many platforms. Do you think that there's a lot of pressure on you? How do you handle it to be a mentor for young people when you're so young yourself?
I don't know if I'm so young, but thank you for for that. So I don't need plastic surgery, it seems.
Oh, you see, he just takes it one notch up, always.
You know, I don't think there's any pressure. I think that if you act as if there is some pressure, I think you stop being genuine. You stop doing the things that you really want to do or say. And I think true leadership and influence is being who you are, not trying to do the right things because they'll impress the right people.
Tell me what we can expect from Future Leaders, the actual television show.
What you will expect to see are young people who are doing things that will surprise you and will surprise me.
Wow, well,
and they will deal with really deep-seated issues, like like on a national scale. And I think for me that's the amazing thing about the show.
Well, we're totally honored to have you. I think it's so important for us to use our influence for good. You know, there's so many people that need us. So thanks that we can also rely on you as a young leader of South Africa.
No, thank you for having me on the show.
For Future Leaders.
Yeah, and Future Leaders, I think they're doing an amazing job, and I'm very happy and proud to be part of the show.
Well, you're not going anywhere. He's staying with us, Mr. Khaya Dlanga, on our show today. Future Leaders every Tuesday on SABC 1 at 10 p.m. You can see them all in action. Of course, you can also follow them at ODL Future Leaders. But more about that later on the show. We're continuing with your Feel Good Expresso show. Leigh-anne and Katleho is on the other side.